Hello, welcome back. Today, our practice is going to be a little slower. However, it may still be just as challenging. As every time that I am practicing with you and leading you, I suggest that you listen to your own body and see what you need today. There will be opportunities to explore a deeper portion of the pose. If that feels right to you, go ahead and try it. If you are not feeling that that is comfortable for you, don't do it. It is your body, you are in control, and I'm just here to lead. So having said that, maybe just noticing in your own body what feels really strong and good today, and those parts that are maybe a little achy or stiff, sore. Just notice what your body feels today and how you might be able to support yourself a little bit better. As with every time we've been practicing together, I always suggest having 2 blocks available and a blanket or a towel. And of course, your mat or a blanket if you're practicing on that. Comfortable clothes, not too tight, in a comfortable temperature. And if you can, maybe putting your cell phone aside or on vibrate so that you can take some time to restore, recharge, take care of you. Right now, the world is a little bit hectic. We've seen a lot of uptick in COVID, especially working in healthcare. It's a lot. And so whether you've caught this illness yourself or you're just, surviving like the rest of us, this is an important way for you to practice some self-care. So no matter what your situation is, maybe you're not affected by COVID at all. I am so happy for that, if that is the case. And if you are affected, I wish you well. So notice your stress levels today, whether they're COVID related or not. Take care of breathing how you would like. If you have to breathe in and out through your mouth, absolutely do so. The big message here is do what you need to. Okay? Take a Shavasana earlier. Take child's pose. Hold plank. You do what serves you best today. Before now, I'm just going to encourage you to take one hand and place it on your chest and just stay there for a moment. Feel the experience of your hand, your shirt, your skin, possibly tuning into the rise and fall of your breath, of your chest. You can feel your heart beating. Use all of your senses to tune in. Checking in on any upper body tension, possibly closing the eyes. If you would like, maybe bringing a soft smile to the face, allowing the corners of the mouth to slightly turn upward, to relax the tongue in the mouth. And if the upper jaw and the lower jaw are clenched quite tight, can you loosen that up? Maybe you have to open your mouth for a second and just let your jaw sway side to side. And then closing again, bringing the upper lip and lower lip together. Nice and soft and relaxed here, bringing that soft smile back in. Begin to focus on the abdomen as you're breathing in, feeling the belly extend outward. As you breathe out, feel the belly pull inward. Breathing in, breathing out. Inward, outward. Continue to move with your breath, filling up towards the upper hand, and then exhale. 3 more just like that, breathing in, belly up to the top of the chest. Allow the shoulders to stay nice and relaxed. Exhaling all the way back down. Breathing in when you're ready. Breathing out. Keep the pattern going. Breathing in, breathing out. Up, down, in, out. Keep breathing. Feel how strong you are on your inhale. Sitting a little taller. Exhale, releasing, feeling firm on the ground. As you're breathing in, maybe slightly pressing down on the skin of the chest. Exhale fully. Now inhale, take the head back and start to lift the chin up to the sky, feeling the front of the neck stretch. Stay for the exhale. Inhale again. Exhale down. Full inhale. Full exhale. Release the hand. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side and up to the sky, nice and slow. Keep the thumbs to touch. Exhale, retrace that space, arms out to the side and down, maybe pinky side touches the floor. Let's do two more. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, arms up again. Take the left hand over to the right knee, right hand down beside the hip or behind the back. Inhale nice and tall and exhale, release. Inhale again. Exhale, turn the head to look over the right shoulder. Two more breaths, nice and tall. Use the exhale to continue deeper if that seems comfortable and safe. Last full breath here, inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale the arms back up to the sky. Exhale, right hand to left knee, left hand to side or behind. Breathe out. Inhale, find your length. Exhale, continue to twist. Stay for 3 more breaths on this side for a total of 5. Let the exhale go completely. Breath in. Breath out. Maybe glancing over the left shoulder. Last breath in here. Last breath out. Inhale, come back up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring the hands down 3 more times, maybe pinky touch. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up again. Now exhale, bring the right hand down to the floor, maybe hovering the hand over the floor or resting pinky side down. And then reaching up and over. Nice full breath out. Breathe in and out. Maybe glancing up to that inner arm of the inner arm of the left arm. Exhale. Inhale, rise. Exhale, left hand down. Reach up and over, hand hovering. Maybe the pinky side is down or bring the hand to the floor, up and over, let the breath go. Inhale, exhale, possibly glancing up towards the arm. Exhale, inhale, rise once more. Inhaling and exhaling down. This time allow the arms to cross overhead if that feels good. Inhaling, elbows bend. Exhaling, pinkies down. Inhaling, let the other arm pass in front. Exhaling. Inhale, switching again. Now exhale, bring the hands down to the lap. Maybe the palms flip upward for a second. Bring the chin up towards the sky. Shoulders back, chest open, a little bit of cow pose here. Exhale, chin down, rounding the spine, down. Inhale, cow pose, shoulders back, heart lifted, smile soft. Exhale, curling in again. Do one more, breath in, opening the chest. Exhale, curling back under. Inhale, bring the arms back out to the sides and up to the sky. As you exhale, pull the elbows down towards the floor, maybe in towards the torso. Okay, inhale, come back. Exhale, in again, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Inhale, exhale. Now as you inhale, bring the hands forward. Maybe they cross in front. Exhale, open them out to the side. Inhale, cross over. Exhale, back out. Inhale, exhale. Hands back out in front, palms flipping up towards the ceiling. Maybe we're in line with our shoulders here, or they could be lower or further up. But for now, maybe we are just parallel to the floor. As you breathe in, bring the hands in, maybe touching the shoulders. Exhale, bring them back out. Upper arms might be talking to you at this point. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more. Exhale. Now bring the arms up until you feel comfortable. Start to bend the elbows. Maybe the hands want to come back towards the shoulders. Continue to lift the elbows if that feels all right. Inhale. As you exhale, take your arms out like a T, keeping the hands in towards the shoulders. Inhale, swoop them forward and up. Exhale, go back out to the side. Two more just like that. Breathing in, breathing out. No rush. Last one, breath in, breath out. Send the arms out in front. Maybe interlace the fingers. Flip the palms away. Feel that upper back. Nice stretch here. Feel the shoulder blades pull apart. And then chin towards chest. Another nice full breath in here. As you exhale, unflip the hands. Allow your hands to fall into your lap and begin to straighten back up. But begin now to fold over. Hands can stay in the lap or begin to bring them to the floor out in front of you. Keep the elbows straight or elbows bent. Maybe continuing to walk forward and lowering down. We'll stay here for about 5 breaths. Breath coming in and breath going out. Allow the arms to relax, the fingers to be spread, releasing any extra tension that might be building in the upper body, and noticing the difference between effort in the upper body, engagement of the upper body, and undue stress. Are you starting to have any cramping in your neck or shoulders? I might lean away from that. Is it causing you to feel like you're grinding your teeth or clenching your jaw really tightly? I would lean away from that too. After the 5th breath, Maybe starting to work your way back up. Nice and slow. And you could interlace your fingers, maybe opening the chest backward, pulling the hands away from the body. Look up to you. As you exhale, give yourself a hug. So either crossing the hands in front, reaching for opposite elbows or shoulders, or give yourself a big hug, a pat on the back, or a little bit of a massage with your hands. And I'm going to go all the way down the arms with that. Maybe all the way back up the arms too. Up to the sides of the neck. And relax. We'll roll onto our back, so moving in a way that allows you to still see our practice. Just gonna roll down, nice to the elbows, keeping the knees bent for now, and bringing the back of the head to the floor. Allow the space in your neck to still remain. So some people end up bringing their chin down towards their chest, or having to keep the lower end of their head on the floor. Maybe the back of the head resting on the mat. The chin and the nose tilted up towards the ceiling. Head's not back, just neutral. And so while you're here, adjusting to meet your back's needs. If there's pain here, I would absolutely maybe lift the bottom, kind of roll out a little bit, or finding that you might need your blanket and put that underneath. Practice for you. We will need one block. So if you're using a block or any other makeshift props tonight, go ahead and grab that. We'll be putting it on its lowest setting for a supported bridge. So I place that next to my hip. And if you've never practiced supported bridge before, we are looking for the sacrum. It's like that little rectangle at the lower back. Usually you feel those two back points of the pelvis. That's where we're headed. So at your own pace, with your knees bent, press into the floor as you begin to lift your bottom up. Slide the block underneath and find a place where you can drop the weight down on top of that block. Tailbone shouldn't be the only thing hanging off, and it also shouldn't be the only thing holding on. So find that perfect spot for you and allow the ankles and the knees to be under over each other. The hands can rest on the body if that's supportive. They can go out like a T or even overhead, allowing the chin and the nose to point back up towards the ceiling. Continue to breathe. I like to close my eyes when I'm finding a longer hold in a pose. I'm going to bring my arms down by my sides instead. Know that you don't have to assist the block in supporting you. It will not break. Just allowing the body to gently rest here. Breath going in, breath traveling out. Inhaling, exhaling. Notice the space in between the breaths. When the mind begins to wander, and you start to wonder what you're making for your next meal, or if you're wondering if it's going to snow this week, bring it back to what you can feel. Maybe slightly moving the fingers so you can feel the mat or the blanket or the floor underneath of you. Two more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Bring the hands down by your sides. Gently press into the heels as you lift your bottom up. Move the block out of the way. Bring the lower back gently to the floor. Pull the right knee in towards the chest. Hold that for a moment. See if there's any movement that wants to happen, if it's pointing and flexing the foot, drawing a circle with the ankle, paying attention to any of the feedback the body wants to share with you. Shoulders nice and relaxed. Bring the right foot back to the floor. Bring the left one in this time. Holding still, maybe moving the foot, some circles. Notice any messages from the left leg, the left calf, the ankle, the foot, anything that wants to share any messages with you. And still with that deep pattern of breath in and up, out and down, bring the right knee back in as well. So both knees in a bit or a lot. And you might decide to gently sway side to side. Maybe some circles with the knees together. Going the other direction. See how the back feels. And when you're back near center, maybe crossing the ankles and allowing the knees to go wider, or a different version of happy baby pose if that feels good to you. Rolling around. Both directions getting just as much attention as the other. It is your practice. Do what you're comfortable with. Next time we're back near center, I'm still going to keep my ankles crossed, but I'm bringing the knees back together. Allow the arms to open out wide, palms up or down, whichever feels a bit more secure for you. First, take your block, or whichever, if you're using a towel, blanket, put that on your left side on its smallest setting or its medium setting. We'll allow both knees to fall over towards the left. They might come to that block. If they don't, it's okay. If you decide the block is making the floor a little too close, take it away. Allow both legs to fall over to the side. If you need to uncross your feet, uncross your feet. Notice that the abdomen needs to have a roll here. So belly is engaged, navel pulling in and up, core is tight. Maybe turn your head to look over to the right. Travel here for another breath or two. Use the belly to help you bring your knees back to center. And if you use the block on your left and you would like to use it on your right, move it over to the other side and rotate over to the right, resting on the block or deciding that the block needs to go. Resting on your back, core engaged, or looking over your left shoulder. Stay here for another breath or two as well. Feel the floor underneath the shoulders. Relax through the jaw and the throat. Maybe re-invite that soft smile to come back. Then come on back to center. Maybe moving the knees around again. If you feel comfortable with not modified happy baby pose, you could separate the feet and hands would try to reach up for the feet as you sway side to side. Many of you who have been practicing with me for a while know that I don't tend to teach happy baby pose that often without modifying it to have the ankles crossed. It's just my opinion and my experience that the modified version can make people feel a little bit more comfortable. If you're holding onto your feet, allow your legs to cross again. And we'll take the knees to side one more time. When you're back to center, uncross. Put one foot down then the other. Walk the heels a little wider, maybe as wide as your mat, and allow the knees to sway side to side for those windshield wiper legs. Don't worry yourself with if you get to the floor or not. Back and forth, wherever your hands would like to lay as you do this, let them be there. Possibly staying in one spot if that seems to work well with you. And at your own pace, coming back to center, walking the feet back towards one another. Extend the left leg, maybe lift it up towards the sky for a moment. Wherever feels good to you, without too much tension. If you're having any knee pain, I would bend the knee. If not, keep the leg straight. Maybe move the foot around a little bit more for some feedback from the leg. As you lower it, take your time. Rest it on the floor. All right. Now bring the right knee in towards the chest, nice and slow. And if your hands want to rest on that leg as you bring it in towards the body, allow that to happen. Shoulders are still on the floor. Bring them away from your ears. Breath goes in. Breath goes out. In and up. Out and down. Keep the left foot flexed. Possibly the right foot flexed. Take the left hand, press it into gently on the left hip or down onto the floor. Bring the right knee out to the right just a little bit, or until you find that spot where it's just enough. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly come back just a bit. Maybe you decide that you want to try to reach for your big toe. I use my index finger and my middle finger and my thumb. I might hold on to the big toe and then try to bend the knee. So this would be half baby, happy baby pose. You could hold on there, or you could hold on to the outside of the foot or the inside of the foot, whichever suits you best. I'm going to hold on to that big toe and maybe starting to bring the foot back towards you. Allow the knee to go out to the right. So if we have a bit more openness in our hips, the body is going to get in the way of that knee coming in. So take care how you have to take care. In my body, this feels a lot like lizard lunge. One more breath. And if you're holding on to that foot, which by the way, you could hold on to your shin or your calf if you would prefer, reach what you can. Begin to bend that knee and take the left hand to bring and connect with your right knee. Maybe the right arm goes out like a T or down by your side. We're going to twist over to the left like you're rolling onto your left hip. The left foot might turn out to the left and the right leg hovering in the air here, or the foot can come to the floor or a block. I like to take my right foot and just hook it onto my left leg. You'll notice that my right shoulder is still on the ground while the right hip has left the floor. Stay with your chin and your nose pointing up towards the ceiling, or turn your head to look over the right shoulder again. In your own time, taking a total of 3 breaths. Soften where you can. Hold firm where necessary. Keeping the belly tight. Not depositing too much pressure in the hips. Shoulders are relaxed, still touching the floor. You might be on your last breath in and out on this side. And if so, slowly roll onto your back. Maybe you bring both knees in just for a moment, staying still or moving around, or swaying the knees side to side in those windshield wiper movements. We'll go ahead and do the other side. So we'll put the left foot down first, take the right leg up to the sky, see what the right leg wants to share with you today. Allow the knee to be as relaxed as the knee needs to be. Possibly moving the right foot to get any information it would like to share with you about the leg. And then slowly lower it. Taking your time, allowing the leg to rest on the floor. Bring the left knee in towards the chest. The fingers might hold on to the knee, maybe the hands intertwine. And we're pulling in towards the body. Not too much effort, not too much relaxation, but just right. Right foot flexed. Feel through the right leg, the front and the back, through the right hip. Notice where you have lengthening and where you have shortening. So we might notice the back of the left leg getting shorter and the outside of it getting longer. You might feel the right leg feeling longer rather than shorter. Then bring the left knee out to the left, possibly the right hand resting on the right hip or down on the floor. Opening out to the left till we find that just enough spot. Nose and chin up towards the ceiling. And just observing if the body is giving you any messages that say, you don't need to be here. Support those messages. If it means coming back or going a little bit further out to the side. If you're going to hold on to your left foot, either on the outside, the inside, or middle finger and index finger and thumb hooking onto the left big toe. We'll try to pull the left knee in towards the chest with that as you find half baby pose, half happy baby pose on this side. Breathe in and out. Breath in, breath out. If you are holding onto the foot or the shin, gently bring the leg back down. Take the right hand to the right knee, the left hand by your side or out like a T again. We're going to twist over to the right. So as you're rolling over onto the right hip, the right foot turning out to the right, left shoulder connected to the floor, left hip can leave. Maybe your left foot wants to hang out in space there, to touch the floor, or connected to the leg. You might glance over your left shoulder. See what the body is asking. Engage through the abdomen if it isn't, and come back to center, pulling both knees in just one more time, rolling around. Wide knees, closed knees, whatever feels best. With both knees in, start to roll over towards your left. Bring both hands to the floor. We'll come to all fours. So take your time getting back to your mat. From all fours and using a blanket if you need a blanket. Just a few cycles of cat and cow. So bringing the chin forward, maybe looking forward or up, drop the abdomen a little or a lot. Breath in here. As you exhale, round nice and slow. Chin towards chest, curling in, maybe extending into the arm. Inhale, opening up again. Exhale, under. Breath in. Breath out. Last two. Breath open. Breath closed. Breath in. Breath out. Extend back into your own child's pose. Maybe the arms stay out in front. And you lower the bottom towards those heels, the chest resting over the thighs, center of the forehead coming down to your mat or towel or floor. Hands can be out quite far here. The elbows can be lifted, or allow the elbows to rest on the mat as well. Fingers still spread. Take some time to bow down to yourself. Listen to your own breath for a few moments. Start to softly move the forehead around a little bit, feeling the center of the forehead touching the floor, and just that pressure of the skin moving. Almost like a forehead massage. If there's tension, that might feel pretty good. And then slowing that down, eventually stopping. Turn your head to your left first, and maybe the right temple or cheek can come down to the mat. 2 more breaths, just on this side. Bring yourself back to center and go over the other way. Maybe your head turns over to the right. You bring your temple or cheek down to the floor. And 2 more breaths, just on this side. Come back to center, and as you breathe in, work your way back up. We'll be transitioning into downward facing dog. So those hands coming 1 hand distance forward, fingers spread, tuck the feet underneath, core engaged here. So pull that belly button in and start to lift the knees up nice and slow. Send the hands into the floor, push the ground away. Play with your stance here till you find a nice spot. Heels can stay lifted or drive them down, especially if your back is tight. I wouldn't work on driving the heels down. Instead, I would still be bringing the torso towards the thighs. Think upside down V rather than, I have to get these darn heels down to the ground. Breath in and out. Let your ears be between the biceps. Let any movements that feel natural and intuitive to come to the body. Sometimes I just like to look under the arms. One more inhale here. As you exhale, slowly bend the knees, travel back to the ground. Keep the heels tucked under. Bring the backs of the hands back towards the knees or the shins, and lower the center of the forehead to the mat again. Slide back towards the heels. So you lower your bottom towards your heels. Any cramping in the heels or the calves, undo the feet. a bit more of that traditional child's pose meets toes tucked under. Slide the backs of the hands forward, lift the head up. We're going to slowly work our way down towards our bellies. And stack the hands one over the other, and the forearms one over the other. Rest your head on your hands, or extend them a little bit further and let your head rest on the floor, or chin on top of the arms. Stay just like this for a moment. Tops of the feet resting on the floor. Feet are about as wide as your hips. Start to bring the right foot out to the right. So I'm going to bend my right knee and allow my right knee and my right leg to go out like a 90-degree angle here. Remove the right hand from under the head. Bring it over towards the right shoulder. Start to turn your head to the right and move the left arm so that you have a support under your head. Okay? Now I have a cradle for my head. And I'm going to start to roll over onto the left hip. Okay? Maybe starting to prop yourself up onto the forearm or the elbow. We're going to look over towards the right shoulder, maybe towards the back left foot. Begin to unwind. Maybe the hands go back out in front. And you bring your right knee back in. But this time, right heel's up towards the ceiling and draw a few circles. Wide ones, small ones, maybe swaying back and forth just with the foot. Or forward and back. Touching the toe down, touching the heel towards the bottom. Doesn't have to get there. Just a direction. And bring that foot back towards the ground. We'll do the same on the other side. Allow the left knee to slide out to the left. Think that 90-degree angle here. Maybe hip and knee getting in the same line, and the knee and ankle getting in the same space. Left hand coming over towards the left hip. And just turning your head to the left as well. If it feels all right, supporting your head with your right arm. Or working your way up to rest on the forearm or the elbow, and look over the left shoulder, maybe towards your right foot. Please listen to your body here. If it doesn't feel like a good fit for you, you don't have to do it, or don't go that far. Come back nice and slowly. Reset the arms. Bring the left foot back in, heel towards the ceiling, and then a few circles. Both directions, maybe just swaying back and forth. Left and right, forward and back, touching the toe down, heel towards bottom, playing in your own way. Letting both feet rest on the floor for a moment. Undoing the hands and bring the fingers underneath the shoulders, hugging the elbows in towards the body. Put your nose or your chin down on the floor, or the forehead down on the floor. Start to fire up the legs. So I'm going to press the tops of my feet down towards the floor. I'm feeling my thighs engage here. So if you're not feeling that, start to lift the kneecaps. Okay? And then slide the shoulders down the back. Start to lift the nose off the floor, the head off the floor. And if that still feels pretty groovy, look forward. Still good? Press into the hands just a little bit here. This might be our modified cobra or baby cobra. If the back is feeling pretty good today, maybe extending a little further, or starting to look up. No jammed up backs here. Inhale one more time. As you exhale, lift yourself up and back towards child's pose. Arms in front or arms back. Knees together or knees wide. See what would fit. I'm finding that it might feel nice if I just kind of sway back and forth a bit. See if there's any other movement or variations that would feel good in this moment for you. Maybe it's taking the hands and holding on to one wrist and letting the hands rest on the lower back. Find that whatever you need is perfect. It is still your practice. You get to make the decisions of how you move, and you get to, in a way, be proactive about how your body reacts. If you had a pain in your back, we don't need to add any extra suffering. So why stay in something that is causing more pain? Instead, find something that allows you to feel good, to feel supported, to find the strength, to find the ease where you need it. We're not put on this planet only to suffer. I think many people come to yoga for different reasons. I know I was suffering a lot in my life, physically, mentally, emotionally, and yoga helps me with that. My hope is that other people find what they need from yoga. Just allowing yourself to still be a human being. You don't have to get anything perfect. In fact, that's one thing I love about yoga is there's no perfection. After the next breath, start to work your way back to the belly and roll onto your back. See if there's any movement that your body would feel is necessary before Shavasana. Perhaps it's knees back in, legs wide, knee to chest, whatever you want. However, when you feel prepared, we'll go ahead and find Shavasana. Remember, you do have a blanket or blocks or towel. You might be practicing in your own home. So you have everything that's available to you. If you want to put your feet up on the couch, like your feet hanging onto the cushion, your bottom still being on the floor. However you want to rest here. And we'll be staying in this for about 5 to 10 minutes. So in your own time, getting there, staying there, knowing that you do not have to stay. However, that is your choice. I like to bring the feet as wide as the mat or a bit wider. And the same with my arms. Just gently tucking my shoulder blades into bed underneath the body. My chin and nose still tilted towards the ceiling. Palms facing up, feet flopped on out. Any restlessness, you might want to move the legs just a tiny bit. Maybe wiggling the toes just one more time before rest. Opening the hands really wide, clenching them really tight, opening them wide again, and then letting the hands rest on the floor. Know that you can cover yourself up if you are chilly. Take the rest that you need. Allow the pattern of breath to return back to its spontaneous self. For all parts of the body to rest here, on the floor, on anything that is supporting it. Just softly observing the position of your body, the temperature, where you have clothing, where you do not. allowing the thoughts to travel, noticing one thing, letting it go. There's nothing you need to be doing right now. This is time set aside for you. With a sense of softness and ease, know that you can stay here longer. This video will continue. And when you start to hear the sound fading, coming back to your own reality, feeling a bit more recharged and renewed, refreshed, having taken time for yourself. Self-care is so very important, whether we live in a very calm time or a very hectic time. Thank you for allowing me to guide you this evening. As always, the love and light in me honors the same love and light within you. Namaste.